A total lunar eclipse will flush the moon red tonight into tomorrow morning across the Western Hemisphere. The best views will be from North and South America. And joining us now is planetarium astronomer Scott Young. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Rochelle.
Thanks for joining us. Now tell us about what we can expect to see in the sky.
Well, a total lunar eclipse is a pretty fascinating event. The moon basically over the course of a few hours turns blood red, hence the name blood moon. Sometimes you'll see in the media. And it's a beautiful sight. And it's great because it's not one of those events where you need special eye protection or special gear. And it's not, you don't have to be in a certain spot at a certain time. It's pretty much everybody in North America will get a chance to see this. And it's a wonderful event to just sort of see the motions of our solar system.
Is this a rare occurrence?
It happens every few years for Winnipeg. I think the last one was 3 years ago here. So it's not super rare, but it is a fun event to go out and watch.
Okay, so tell us what's happening where this makes for perfect conditions to create this blood moon.
Well, what happens basically, the moon is just a rock out in space. It doesn't actually give off its own light. We only see it because the sun is shining on it. And so if something gets in the way of that sunlight, then the moon will basically disappear. Well, the only thing that can get in the way is us, the Earth. The moon goes around the Earth, and so sometimes things line up just perfectly, and we wind up with the moon going into our shadow. And that's what happens during a lunar eclipse. So the moon will sort of move into the Earth's shadow, and you'll see the shadow creeping across the moon. The moon will get fainter, and then as we get to the total part of the eclipse, that's when the red color really starts to pop out. That's going to happen starting around 1:30 tomorrow morning and going to about 2:30. That's sort of the total phase when you'll see the most color. But the hour before and after that is also going to be interesting because you see the most motion of the Earth's shadow.
And I'll be up at that time, so it's perfect for me. What's the best spots in Manitoba to see this?
Literally any place that you can see the moon, you'll be able to see the eclipse. We're going to be doing a live stream as well for people that might want to stay in bed or just, check on it every so often. So you can see that through the Manitoba Museum's social medias. But literally, if you have a pair of binoculars, that's the best instrument to watch this with, or just your regular eyes.
And again, you don't need any protective gear to look at it either.
That's right. This is not like a solar eclipse where there's any danger. This is totally safe and a great thing to watch.
Okay, what else is happening that's cool in the sky right now?
Well, a lot of people are calling in about the planet Venus. It's still over in the southwest. We get at least one call or email every day saying, hey, what's that weird light in the sky after sunset? Really, really bright, but we'll only be able to see it for the next week or two. Okay. And then it's going to disappear. And then it'll pop up into the morning sky. For you early risers, you'll be able to see it over in the east in the morning. So that's kind of a neat thing to watch as well.
Okay, let's go back to the moon because there's some really cool things happening on the surface of the moon right now. Tell us about that.
Yeah, there's a couple of robotic landers that have landed recently. The Blue Ghost lander landed a couple of weeks ago and has been taking pictures and sending back all these amazing images. There was one lander that didn't quite work out. Basically it landed and then tipped over. I guess it landed on a rock or on a slope or something like that. So we're getting ready to send people back to the moon. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on there as well. So it's definitely going to be the place to watch for the next little while.
And the rover also captured the sunrise from the moon's vantage.
Yeah, that's something that I hadn't really seen a picture of before. Normally, these rovers don't point their cameras at the sun because the sun is so bright it will damage them. But modern cameras were able to take this picture of the moon, of the sunrise on the moon, and it's kind of eerie. You've got the really, really brilliant sun, but then surrounding it, there's the blackness of the sky. There's no blue sky there. There's no air, and it's a really alien kind of feel to the picture.
The moon is such a fascinating thing. People are obviously interested in what's going on there. What are they hoping to find on the moon?
I think there's a few things. They're hoping to find water that can be used for supporting settlements and things like that. But really, I think science is the reason to sort of go there. The moon is a great place to do science from. Rather than building a space station, you've already got a space station solid thing going around the Earth. And it allows you to do things like, for example, radio astronomy, where here on Earth, there's radio and TV and microwave and cell phone signals that sort of get in the way of the faint signals from the universe. If you go onto the dark side of the moon, you can't see the Earth at all. And so all of those signals are blocked. And so it's a perfect place to spend time observing the rest of the universe without the interference of our local backyard.
Very cool. Thank you, Scott, for your time today. We appreciate it.